Did you know that smell is the only sense that reaches your brain before going through the thalamus? Pretty wild, right? It's one of those high-yield facts that the NEET PG loves to test on. Let's break down the entire olfactory pathway in just 5 minutes. NEET PG style. I'm Dr. Naveen Porwal, and here are the 7 key points you need to master to ace your exam. Get ready for some serious sensory overload as we decode the fascinating world of olfaction. First things first, let's talk about how we even detect smells. It all starts with specialized olfactory receptors, which are actually G protein coupled receptors, or GPCRs for short. Remember those? They're all over the place in physiology. These olfactory receptors hang out in the olfactory epithelium, which is a small patch of tissue way up high in the nasal cavity. Think of it like the VIP section for odor molecules. Now, these receptors are super specific, with each one binding to a particular type of odor molecule. It's like a lock and key system for smells. Okay, so an odor molecule just waltzed into the olfactory epithelium and found its perfect receptor match. What happens next? This is where things get really interesting. The binding of the odor molecule to its receptor triggers a cascade of events inside the olfactory receptor cell. It's like a game of molecular dominoes. The G protein, known as golf in this case, gets activated and sets off a chain reaction that ultimately leads to the opening of ion channels. Specifically, sodium and calcium ions rush into the cell, causing depolarization. This change in electrical charge is the signal that tells the brain, hey, I smell something. So, we've got our electrical signal racing down the olfactory receptor cell. Now what? Well, these signals don't just travel in a straight line. They need to make some pit stops along the way. The first stop is the olfactory bulb, which sits right above the nasal cavity. Think of it like a relay station for smell. Inside the olfactory bulb, the olfactory receptor cells form synapses with other nerve cells called mitral cells and tufted cells. These synapses occur in specialized structures called glomeruli, which act like mini switching stations. Alright, our smell signal has made it to the mitral cells. These mitral cells are like the star quarterbacks of the olfactory system. They receive signals from the olfactory bulb and then project them to various parts of the brain, including the piriform cortex, amygdala, and entorhinal cortex. Now here's where things get really cool. The piriform cortex is where we actually perceive and identify different smells. It's like the smell dictionary of the brain. The amygdala, on the other hand, is all about emotions. It's why certain smells can evoke such strong feelings and memories. And the entorhinal cortex? That's our memory hub. It helps us associate smells with past experiences. Now, remember how I said smell is the only sense that bypasses the thalamus initially? Well, that's true, but the thalamus eventually gets in on the action. While olfactory signals take a shortcut to the piriform cortex and other areas, they are later processed in a specific part of the thalamus called the mediodorsal thalamus. This area acts like a conductor, coordinating information from different senses, including smell. From the mediodorsal thalamus, signals are then sent to the orbit frontal cortex, which is involved in conscious perception and decision making. So, even though smell sneaks past the thalamus at first, it eventually gets integrated with other sensory information to give us a complete picture of our surroundings. Dak, have you ever noticed how a strong smell seems to disappear after a while, even though it's still present? That's because our sense of smell is incredibly adaptable. When we're constantly exposed to an odor, our olfactory receptors become less sensitive to it. It's like our brain saying, okay, I got it. No need to keep bombarding me with this information. This process is called olfactory adaptation, and it helps prevent sensory overload. It's also why we tend to notice new smells more easily than familiar ones. Our sense of smell is incredibly important for our overall well-being. It alerts us to danger, enhances our enjoyment of food, and even plays a role in social interactions. But what happens when our sense of smell goes haywire? Well, there are a few conditions that can affect olfaction. Anosmia is the complete loss of smell, while hyposmia is a reduced sense of smell. Parosmia, on the other hand, is a distortion of the sense of smell, where things smell different than they should. These conditions can be caused by a variety of factors, including viral infections, head trauma, and neurodegenerative diseases. Identity. And that's olfaction, decoded in just 5 minutes. If this helped you prep for NEET PG, hit that follow button for more high-yield physiology breakdowns. From the olfactory epithelium to the orbitofrontal cortex, we've covered it all. Remember those key points, and you'll be sniffing out those exam questions like a pro. Now go out there and ace that NEET PG. See you in the next one.